In the 1950s, we used to work steam trains out here. Of a morning and afternoon, there was passenger train. Mainly, in my day, it was a two-car passenger train, but looking at it now, where the coal loader was, is all trees and buildings. And you wouldn't think that there used to be a coal loading section there. One of the main collieries was John Darling there, and come through to Belmont. Behind me there is where the coal loader used to be. A mine used to load the coal there by trucks. There's about probably one train a week went out of there. John Darling, Burwood and Lambton Colliery at Redhead, they were around the clock. The trains used to go there. On the coal trains going back through Fernleigh Tunnel, we had to have respirators. On the passenger train, it didn't matter because you were running downhill and you could just run straight through it with the engine shut off. You'd pick up the passengers at Whitebridge, Redhead, Jewels, or here at Belmont, but and Cahibra, of course. We only ever worked steam engines out here. On the coal trains, when we went back from here, we'd always have to have an engine to help us up the hill from Redhead to Whitebridge because the hill was too steep just for the one engine. That lever hooks up the points and moves the rail so you can go onto a different line. You just threw it over and they come across. That track there used to be the relief road around the platform. The track here behind me was the main line. And then the bank engine or sister engine would be there, would go around behind us and push us up to Whitebridge. Mainly they'd put you in those areas so as a passenger train could go through because they're a lot faster than the goods train. The coal trains that come up through Redhead came from John Darling Colliery and also from Belmont loading point. Now I think the Belmont one was for shipping, but the John Darling Colliery was one of the BHP collieries. There was three out here all told, Burwood, Lambton here, and John Darling. All that coal went to BHP. Bank engines, we used to have an engine that would push the coal trains up as far as the road and bridge at Whitebridge, up at the top of the hill. Otherwise, from John Darling, if we never had time to go down to John Darling to get them, they'd come to here and we'd get on behind them. Belmont ones, we get on behind them here. The Redhead ones in the colliery over here, we go into the colliery and get on behind them in the colliery. And then we'd push them through to the top of the hill up at Whitebridge. This is the water column where we used to top our tender tank water up. That arm there, we'd stop and that arm used to swing out over the tender. You put the hose in and then you'd pull that lever there. You'd pull it down and that would open up the water to flow in. And that's the one you had to be careful, you opened it slowly so as the valve wouldn't jam open. And that was just here behind us. Where that concrete slab is there, that's where the water tower used to be. The suburban engines, these little ones, they never had to take water. It was only the goods trains engines that took water.